Welcome to another round of Sports Reviews. Tonight I'm reviewing Cruz Azul 3, Forge FC 1. Cruz Azul wins the tie 4-1 on aggregate in the round of 16, leg 2 of the 2022 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. A very, very good game, but Forge just did not do enough in the 5th minute. Ball played in for Angel Romero, taps it in off the free kick in the 5th minute, makes it 1-0, 2-0 on aggregate. Rafael Baca in the 26th minute with a banger, or 22nd minute, a banger to make it 2-0, 3-0 on aggregate. David Choyer, a banger of his own to bring back Forge within 2. In the 27th minute, takes a shot at the top of the box. Nobody covered him. Bangs it in past Gerardo. 2-1, 3-1 on aggregate. And Juan Escobar puts one past Tristan Henry on a diving header in the 44th minute to make it 3-1 and 4-1 on aggregate. That's the way it would shut it down. Halftime 3-1. Full-time 3-1 with that 4-1 aggregate. Nothing happened in the second half. Full-time stats, 25 shots to 4, 18 shot on target to 1, 65% possession to 35% possession, 494 passes to 231 passes, 89% pass accuracy to 92% pass accuracy, 6 fouls to 11, 0 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, and 2 corners to 2. Well, before we get into what I think about the game, I want to say, go hit that join button or that second link in my description to become a YouTube member. $1.99 a month or $4.99 a month. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Send a comment. And send super chats on the live streams. Any support is appreciated. Let's get this going. For me, this game was expected. Cruz Azul did what we thought they would do. They dominated Forge. And they were the better team tonight. But the good thing about it is Forge took the fight to Cruz Azul. They were not afraid to play at the Azteca. They went in, they went on the front foot, they played their game, they played the total football that we all know and love from Forge FC, and they did what they had to do, or they did what they wanted to do. They were not afraid. They knew that it was nothing to lose, everything to gain, and they did get humiliated. They got blown out, but is it as bad as it looks? No, I don't think the scoreline was as bad as it, or the scoreline doesn't make it as bad. Looks worse than what the game actually was. Forge was not afraid. Cruz Azul did what they had to do, did what we expected them to do with a B team. It would have been worse had they played their best team, that is for certain. But when it comes to it, Forge were good. Yeah, Cruz Azul was the better team, but Forge didn't look that out of place. And besides, their aggregate in this tie was exactly the same as Toronto versus Cruz Azul last year. 4-1 for Cruz Azul. So Forge is as good as 2021 TFC? I mean, you can't say they aren't. It's very likely that that is the case, that Toronto FC 2021 and Forge FC are as good as each other, because, I mean, it's the one thing we have to compare. They both lost to Cruz Azul in the same aggregate fashion. And honestly, Forge played a better home game than Toronto did. And most of the damage came at the Azteca. So, as we expected. So, can you really get mad at it? No. Forge, I respect what they did. I'm not happy, but I'm not mad, but I'm not sad. We expected a situation like this. It's not like we were watching a team that should have won the tie get butt blasted. Even Toronto didn't deserve to win that tie last year, but I had expectations. I'm not mad, and I didn't lose my mind, because if you look at the situation, it's like, oh, Forge doesn't have any expectations. They're a good football club, but who expects them to beat Cruz Azul? And who expects them to honestly keep it that close? What they did was honestly a really good achievement. And I'm not going to stand down and say, hey, Cruz Azul or Forge got embarrassed. I'm not going to do it. I'm not proud. I'm not happy, but I'm not sad. I think Cruz Azul did exactly what we expected them to and didn't dominate Forge. They beat them thoroughly. I wouldn't say dominate. Arcai last year was worse. Forge at least scored a goal at the Azteca. Who could say that? In MLS. Or just Concacaf that isn't America or Cruz Azul for that matter. Toronto can. They scored a goal at Azteca against America in 2018. Montreal did. Forge did. All the Canadian clubs did. And Canada, the national team, they did too. So it's very normal in Canadian DNA to do this. But everywhere else, not so sure. But Forge did not step back and say, we can't do this. They weren't worried about the situation. They were like, okay, yeah, this could be hard. This could be a problem. This could be a bad loss. But they were like, okay, we'll take some pictures of the Azteca. We'll come to play. And they came to play. And that's simple as. They came to play. They didn't win. And let's be honest, nobody expected them to win. All I wanted was for them to keep it close or not lose worse than Toronto did last year. And they didn't. They stayed pretty damn close. They were at that Toronto aggregate. So I thought it would have been funny if they let it lower, but Forge was a good team. They did all they could do. It's not like they came in and got butt blasted. They have quality, and they showed they have quality. And that's all that matters to me. They showed they had quality. And that's all that matters. Quality. Quality footballers, quality team, quality coach. They didn't sit behind the ball. They went out and played their game, and that's what I'm proud of. Because, yes, is it wrong for me to say Forge were the better team? They were not the better team, but they were unafraid. And most teams who go to Mexico City, the Azteca, are afraid. They want to play behind. Forge were like, if it makes us lose, it makes us lose, but damn it, we're playing our game. And that's what I respect. They showed that they had quality, and they had to get experience, and they learned from this experience. Now, am I going to say they're going to go through the next time they make Champions League to a round? I don't know. Could they? Yes. Depends on who they get. Will they have to wait till 2024? Yes. Because they didn't win the Canadian Premier League. But Pacific did. But you wouldn't know it with Pacific's main players, two of them going to Forge. And Pamo Duka leaving Pacific, and Caden Chung and Lucas McNaughton leaving as well. You wouldn't know it. But with that being said, you look at Forge, and they have big expectations in their own league, in their own country. And with no CONCACAF league, they could focus on the Canadian Championship and the Canadian Premier League. And no Champions League further deep, which would have been nice, but they need to get back to being Canadian Premier League champions first and go deep in the Canadian Championship. They need a bit of a respite. They've been intrepid for 2 years now, and everything they've done has made me proud of them. They're a fighting club. They're a tough club. They do have shortcomings, but they get it done when it needs to be done. I'm proud of Forge. Not for tonight, but just what they've done over the past 2 years. Yeah, they fell short at times, but who doesn't? That's life. Cruz Azul beat them. Yes. Cruz Azul were the better team tonight, and honestly the whole tie. Yes, but Forge was not afraid, and that's what matters to me. I did not think, in my right mind, Forge honestly had any chance to get through. It would have been nice to see them pull a comeback here or do something at home to lead them into a position of they could get it done in Azteca. They did not. But that was just idealism. I never thought it would happen. But with that being said, Cruz Azul was great. Forge weren't afraid. That's what you wanted out of this game. And you got it. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to be mad about this or be depressed about this. It's not like Toronto got curb stomped by Cruz Azul. I don't have expectations for Forge like I do Toronto. I do have expectations for Forge, but they're not to the level of Toronto's because I know what Forge are. They're a good club. They have a name. They're intrepid. They're not afraid of anybody, but they're not a top club that could honestly challenge for one of the best in the world. And there's a difference there. But Toronto can. But you have a difference there. And that's the point. You look at the situation, it's like, okay, I'm not mad. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm not proud of the night. The first leg was much better, but overall, over the past 2 years, since Concacaf League, the Island Games, since the pandemic, Forge have blazed a trail that nobody else probably can in Concacaf. And they've proven that they're worth a damn, and that's all that matters. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, hit that join button or the second link in my description to become a YouTube member on this channel. Send super chats on the live streams, comment, put this in playlist, share with your friends and family, all that great stuff. Hit that big red bell notification once you subscribed. Tomorrow, I have a recap of the whole round of 16 of the Concacaf Champions League, and I have my predictions for the quarterfinals. We have 1 round down, 3 to go, and I'll see you tomorrow. And, of course, this weekend, MLS is back. We're going to have some fun then, too. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. See you later. Congratulations, Cruz Azul and Forge. Still proud of you overall. I'm out. Peace.